It looks like TP-Link has built the best doorbell camera on the market, well, at least on paper. You see, the specs promise smart, secure, and easy, but does it really deliver? What does the Tapo D235 have to offer to sway our decision? Well, it comes with 2.5K 5-megapixel camera offering an extreme 180-degree field of view and both full color and infrared night vision. It can run on rechargeable batteries lasting up to 210 days or be hardwired for continuous use, including pre-roll recording. And of course, no tech product in 2025 is complete without an AI sticker. And here the doorbell uses AI to distinguish between people, pets, vehicles, packages, and mosquitoes. Now, to communicate with your visitors or intruders, the doorbell includes two-way audio, an anti-theft alarm, and an IP66 weatherproof design. For storage, it supports micro SD cards up to 512 gigabytes with optional cloud storage available from TP-Link. Now, as I said, great on paper, but what about the real-world use? Hey, Techman Pat here, and let's get ready to dive into the details, the nitty-gritty, and I'll tell you what I liked and didn't like about the Tapo 235 doorbell camera. Big thanks to TP-Link for sending the Tapo doorbell for review, and as always, links below. Let's roll the intro and get out of these mosquito-infested lands. Now, I like how easy it is to install. So, 2 holes, 2 screws, and a micro SD card, which I had to provide myself, and with no wires needed, the Tapo D235 was mounted. Now, activation was done via the app, and it was quick and simple that even I could trust my dad to do it himself. Now mounted, let's talk about the day-to-day use and its core features. So the battery life is impressive. At around 210 days, it's almost a set and forget product. Almost. It depends how many times you're in front of it. While working outside, I walked past the doorbell multiple times and noticed a slight but noticeable drop in battery percentage at the end of the day. So again, your mileage may vary. You could probably charge it every 3 or 6 months or 9 months. But what really stood out to me is how quickly the video feed loads through the app. It feels faster than my hardwired cameras, and that's saying a lot. Now, the video quality is extremely clear with its 2K resolution. While the frame rate might feel a bit low for the gamer-trained eyes like mine, it's enough to identify people and objects. Although the image is still obviously fisheye, my placement gives me fairly full visibility of the people approaching my gate and the door, and it also covers the side gate to my garage. A bit of a blind spot, so I'm glad I have it monitored now. Now, placement will vary depending on your needs, but the box includes enough angled mounting plates to help you find the perfect position. Now, night vision. It's really good. When all the lights are off, aside from, let's say, the street light, the doorbell clearly identifies visitors. Combined with the Tapo front floodlights that I already have installed and purchased myself, the doorbell's visibility improves even better. Additionally, the built-in spotlight shines directly at anyone that faces the doorbell and almost as clear as day. Now, notifications are quick. When somebody is at the door, I get an alert within a second or two. If they press the doorbell, the included chime, which plugs into a wall socket, thankfully, rings throughout the house. Now, of course, you can adjust the chime's volume and tone, which is a nice touch. Now, the battery-powered setup works perfectly for me, and I haven't felt the need to wire it up for continuous power. If you do, though, you'll unlock 24/7 recording. But the effort to wire it, for me, feels unnecessary given how well the AI detection works on battery. Now, the doorbell only activates when needed, and after tweaking the detection area and sensitivity, I've yet to experience any false positives. I've set it to an area that I only want to receive the notifications on. One feature I really like is the video call function. When the doorbell is pressed, assuming it's set up on your phone within the app, you get to talk to the visitor and view the live feed. This is great for package deliveries that require a signature. You might be able to talk your way out and say, just leave it at the door, don't worry about the signature, I'll be there in a second. And the person at the door doesn't actually know if you're in the house on the other side or somewhere else, and you can also always tap ignore if somebody is trying to get to you. At least you know who it is and they won't know you're looking at them. I think it's a bit of a deterrent for burglars. If you ring the doorbell and nobody answers, the the person might think, oh, the house is empty. But if you do answer and say, hello, what do you want? I'm just out the back, then it's a perfect deterrent. And you can capture the face of the person when you view them, which is pretty good with both video recording and a photo button. Now, the two-way audio is surprisingly good. It's almost real time, and the speaker delivers a clear voice to the person at the door. And according to Tapo and TP-Link, there's noise cancellation that prioritizes voices. And I say it works pretty well because when there's stuff moving around, I can hear the person rather than that stuff. And this is the way the microphone sounds from about 1 meter away from the doorbell. If I move a little bit closer, obviously the microphone will pick me up a little bit louder, and hopefully that makes a difference. But I suppose people just stand here and sort of talk to it. I don't think they'll get up too close and personal. Now, the Tapo app is where the real magic happens. You can define detection zones, as mentioned, to avoid picking up irrelevant movements like maybe hanging plants that move around. And the app also lets you adjust what types of actions actually trigger those notifications in those areas. The software feels polished and is a big part of why I enjoy using this doorbell. Now, I'm also biased because I've got a whole bunch of TP-Link Tapo devices all working on the Tapo app. More on that in a second. What really sets Tapo apart is that every device supports local storage. The D235 doorbell here includes a micro SD card slot up to 512 gigs, meaning you don't need to pay for a cloud subscription. It's great to have that choice between local and cloud storage, something that is really rare these days. So big props to TP-Link and Tapo. Over the years, I've dove deep into the Tapo ecosystem. I've been sent a few products and I've purchased many myself, including security cameras, floodlights, smart bulbs, switches, LED strips, and even most recently last week, I purchased some sensors and a little hub. Once you're in the Tapo ecosystem, it's hard to step out. However, the good thing about most of the products, at least 90% of Tapo products, is that there is no hub required. If you want to use the doorbell, if you want to use these LED strips, you do not need a hub. Only the small IoT items like buttons and movement sensors require a little hub. So one of the things I've done is I've set up the doorbell to light up my LED strip in my kitchen completely red for 2 seconds whenever somebody is approaching the door. This means that I don't have to keep my phone on me to get a notification, and I know somebody is coming near my home without pressing the button. If I'm in the kitchen cooking, or the music is on, or somebody is knocking at the door during a party and everybody's talking, don't hear the doorbell, well, the light will turn red because there's somebody there. I really love how cohesive it is, and the Tapo app automation features and the way you build these smarts in an if that then this functionality with delay capabilities and conditional capabilities is so easy and so fun that I've had so many ideas on how to use it. For example, this little light turns blue at a certain time when my son goes to bed because he wants a special color before he jumps into bed. And because it's RGB, I can change it to any color that I want. Using the Tapo sensor and the hub for it, every time you walk into the kitchen, those LED strip lights light up white and basically light up the kitchen. When you walk out, they turn off. Again, a nice and easy way to save a bit of money on power, but of course also light up certain areas of the kitchen that you usually would be darker when you don't have a little light pointing downwards. So final thoughts. I've tried quite a few doorbells in the past, each with its own pros and cons. Often the cons outweigh the pros, whether it's poor battery life or a slow app or bad video quality or a very weird ecosystem. But that's not the case here with the Tapo D235. However, the biggest downside is its price. For savvy shoppers, you might be able to find this for around 190 Australian dollars, or even as low as 165 from an international seller. But at Bunnings, it's $299, which is quite the range in price. It seems like the doorbell is still rolling out in Australia, so competition amongst retailers is a little bit limited. But overall, the D235 packs a lot of technology. IP66 waterproofing, high quality video, flexible power options, AI detection that's actually smart local storage, and an anti-theft alarm. The lack of dual-band Wi-Fi might frustrate some users, and the reliance on the spotlight for nighttime footage could be a drawback for homes without additional lighting around you. But it's something you're willing to put up because the pros outweigh those cons. So at around 200 Australian dollars, it's great value. Any lower and it's a bargain. So if you're looking for a solid doorbell, this is an excellent choice. And if you already own a couple of Tapo products, it's really a no-brainer. So friends, thank you very much for watching. Links below where you can grab one for yourself. Big thanks to TP-Link for sending the Tapo D235 a review. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!